Jeff Padnos, our overall winner here at the Helly Hansen Sailing Regatta Series in St. Petersburg. I don't know where the sun went, but it doesn't really matter. It was an amazing weekend. But the S2 class, from watching it on the outside, to me was the most exciting of the regatta. It was just the pileups of the marks, the closeness racing was incredible, and somehow you'd always just seem to be either in front of it or in the mix of it. And what an amazing regatta. What was your takeaway from the week?
Well, it was a real thrill. I had my son as tactician, and he's one of two identical twins that I've sailed with over the years. And it's just a thrill. And plus good friends that we've sailed with for a long time. In fact, the guy that you just saw that just left, Chris Balliot, we first met him when he took this same boat down to Key West in a long time ago.
A long time ago.
1998 or 99, that far back. So we've had it for a long time.
Which sort of speaks to the legacy of this boat, this S2 7.9, and 40 years or so. How many years have you been involved in it?
No, well, since they started building them, actually, the company that built them were motorboat builders, and they had a 5-year non-compete, and they built some great sailboats during that 5 years, and they're still out there. And it's just a great class, and it meets a lot of needs for a lot of people. There are people sailing them all over the country. And so whenever we go to different nudes, we see people in different parts of the country. But this is a great one. We've done it, this is the third time in the last little bit, and then before that we had done it 20 years. It was like a 20-year gap before we started again. We used to do them in Chicago all the time, Chicago nudes.
This weekend here in St. Petersburg is the S2 7.9 Midwinter Championship.
Yeah.
But to me, it's always been more to that. It's like this family gathering that you guys have and the closeness. And I mean, what is this chemistry that everybody has in this class?
We were just talking about that the people really like each other and get to know each other over the years. And it is the fact that it's a family-oriented boat. Many times there's family crews. And we've gotten an award before for best family crew because we've had many have had like a cousin and my brother and I actually own the boat together. So a lot of history there.
Walk us through your results this weekend. Summarize what was 8 races you guys got?
Yeah, 8 races that we got off, and the first day we got 2-1, 4-2, and all of them very, very close. The one that, the one, of course, we could account for some bad luck, and the one that was deeper. But then in the second day, when we had that big wind shift that came in at the end, my son, I give him credit, just said we got to dig in here to the right. We were sitting here doing 189, 192, and then all of a sudden we fell off to like 240. And I said, he says, we got to get into it a little bit more. And all of a sudden it hit, flipped over, and of course by then we were overstood, but we were launched. And so I give him a lot of credit. He also did a wonderful job at starting as a collegiate sailor. You do hundreds of starts. So any young people that are sailing, that like sailing, a lot of times people don't even realize that their college might even have a sailing team. Doesn't get the publicity of the football team, but it's a great way to go to college, have some sporting activity. The coach typically disciplines you to study, but you can compete and get an education. So that's just a good thing.
I think this S2 would be awesome for a bunch of college kids anyway. You can sleep on it, you can get over on it. Yeah, I mean, you can race and party and sleep on it. It's a great.
Yeah, I enjoyed one time when we went to Key West with it, and we went to a very high-end event when we were paying by the foot. So I had 26 feet. I was sort of next to the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Paying by the foot was just great.
All right, so your speed tip for the S2 7.9. Most important thing?
The important thing is out of attack to get it moving before you start. Don't try to point too fast. And I'm not saying that is still aspirational. I guess that would mean you gotta get the boat moving, and then it will point. You can point pretty high with it for traditional boats, not anything like these foiling boats or anything else like that. My son jumps from that to a VX1, and it's quite a bit different, but it's learnable. You see people get Ginger, who could have won this one and was second last year. Hasn't been in it a whole long time. They've gotten good, and some of the other people are in it a long time, but it's a good mix.
Awesome. So to the Caribbean you go in October. You are the first of our challengers, so who knows comes next.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on going up to the BVIs?
Well, I've been in the BVIs for sailing one time, and that was 45 years plus ago, and I had very good memories of that, and have thought about taking the family. COVID got in the way of things. My wife and I have been married over 50 years. We're coming up on 55, and COVID came right during our 50th anniversary year, so we got kind of pent up demand for doing stuff like this. So we'll be there.
It sounds,
we will definitely be there.
It sounds like the stars are aligned for
Yeah.
a perfect regatta in the Caribbean for you guys, and you got the right crew for it. And
Yeah.
the skill set, obviously, it's the same thing in the charter boat. Is you got to get it rumbling
Yep.
before you can get a point.
We'll
So you're gonna be fine.
we'll figure that we'll give it our best shot.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for coming for an amazing regatta for you guys. And where we're going to see you next? Detroit, maybe?
Maybe, yes. Yeah, probably Detroit, especially now after this. Say we better do it.
Well, it was an amazing weekend here in St. Petersburg, and we're going to close it out, and we're off to Annapolis in May, and we'll see you there.